Yo, what up, Pancorn? Good to see you. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we just started. My bad, I started 2 minutes late, or I guess 3 minutes late, because Instagram was like, yo, like, you can put a link now to like your store as you're streaming. And I was like, that's exactly what I need. But yo, Espinoza, dude, how you doing? How's things going on the 562, man? I miss Long Beach so much. I actually just have a homie that, I guess they're building, like I just heard they're building an amphitheater by the Queen Mary, dude. And I guess she got a job there. She's gonna be working on a bunch of Queen Mary events. And I was like, yo, it's so sick. So yeah. But how you doing? How's it going, Espinoza? How's it going for both of y'all? And Pancorn, I'm okay. Mouth. Yeah, I saw your story. You got your wisdom teeth removed. How was the procedure? Was it not that bad, or am I tripping? Because the procedure itself isn't bad. It's just afterwards that sucks, right? And Roses, hi Roses, good to see you. How you doing? How you? Oh my God, how's your Tuesday going? Zaku, yo, you know what? You never texted me. How you doing, Zaku? How you feeling? I just saw your name right now. I was like, wait a minute. I was supposed to. Yeah, we were supposed to talk. My bad. How you doing? How you doing, Zaku? Espinoza says, chillin', bro. How about you? I'm doing good. So I got a crazy sunburn over the weekend, and my forehead started to peel. So I've just been peeling my skin off my face. I'll keep it real. I'm doing good. So yeah. But yeah, how about you? How's your Tuesday, Espinoza? Hey, Rosa says it's been good. I'm glad to hear it's been good, Roses. I'm super glad to hear it's been good. But yeah, I'm glad to hear it's going good. And Pancorn said it was so. Yeah, okay. I'm glad to hear that. The procedure was chill. Pancorn, they put me on laughing gas and knocked me out with an IV. Yeah, I got an IV too. What was crazy too is for me they like sprayed my arm with some cold stuff and put the IV in, and I didn't feel it because I guess your brain gets so focused on the cold it like doesn't realize if a needle went in, because it's like, oh, cold, like don't stop, you know what I mean? And then I remember telling the dentist guy, I was like, why don't they do that like at the COVID centers and stuff, like when they're giving a shot? And he's like, honestly, I don't know. And then I fell asleep. He was like, yeah, I don't know why they don't. You know what I mean? But yeah. But Zaku says, ha ha ha. Yeah, my bad, dude. But yeah, I mean, shit, I think this Thursday, what am I doing this Thursday? I should be cleaning my house. If you're free Thursday, Zaku, just text me. My bad. Unless you got busy, then that's a whole other issue. But yeah. But Visceral Discharge, that's a crazy name. How you doing, dude? I think you come by before. Love peeling the skin off my face. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the one meme of the guy like just ripping his skin off his face. Yeah, I feel like that. But that's how it's been feeling all day long. It's also just kind of gross too. I'm like, no. Like, I don't know. But I suppose it's chilling. I'm glad to hear you chilling with the emote, the Godzilla Duncan emote. Fighting Golds, what's up, dude? Good to see you. How you doing? How's your Tuesday? Thanks for stopping by. And Rosa says, my fear of needles would be lessened if they did that. Wow, that's what I'm saying, Roses. Yeah, it would be I don't know. I might have to pull up with a can, because I'm pretty soon I have to get a physical. I already know they're gonna be like, you have to get your blood drawn, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, so I might have to pull up there with a can to be like, yo, can you spray this on my arm for you draw my blood? So yeah. But yeah, I think my doctor's appointment's next Friday. So yeah. And as well as hydrate, I got you. I just made coffee right now, actually. Zaku, Thursday works. Okay, well, we're already here. Let me just put on my calendar. Because I got to mop my floors on Thursday, so I'm going to do the usual 8:30. Heck yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, I'm packing. I'm making more Sub-Zero CDs. But yeah, if anyone, I don't know, I guess the new Instagram feature is now, what's it called? There's like a new Instagram feature where now there's like a link where if you would go to chat, there's a link to like order stuff. And I was like, hey, if you order, I'll pack it right now. So if anyone orders something, let me know and I'll pack it right now. I printed out all the other orders from earlier. But yeah. But Aviscerall says, is there a VHS filter on your stream? The vibe is immaculate. Hey, thank you. Yes, there is. It's like an OBS plugin called Retro Effects. And the reason why I do it is because like you shouldn't be able to read stuff. Like, you know, you shouldn't be able to read that this says Groovy on it. You know what I mean? Just because, you know, since I'm like packing people's orders, I don't want like their shipping label to be like dox them. So I already tried. If you try to zoom in and stuff, you shouldn't be able to read anything. So it's part of that, but also just because, you know, it's a vibe. So yeah, thanks for noticing. But yo, Unholy dude, good to see you again. How you doing? I got the vinyl and the CDs. I'm glad to hear. You know, hope you've been vibing out to them. Hope you've been liking the vinyl. Thanks again for grabbing it, dude. I really appreciate it. I super appreciate it. But yeah, dude, you know, I mean, that's super sick. Thank you. I hope you've been liking them, bumping them, and what's it called? Visceral says genius. Hey, thank you, man. Yeah, you know, I try to keep things like, you know, because I know some people it's like very, I mean, obviously it's very private, so I, you know, try to be responsible. I even have like a team. I have like someone helping me out now, and every video I film for them how to do stuff, I'm like, don't you ever like, people's info is so important. Please don't. Yeah, I mean, so I try to keep it really serious. So yeah. But Espinoza says, which one should I get next? Oh, thank you, man. I already have Room of the Galaxy, Monster Save Zero, Aviscerall Home, Rock Reptar, Destroy Monsters, and Still Groovy. Oh, you have like a lot of stuff, you. So I have the other two Aviscerall albums. Oh, honestly, if I had to pick one, dude, I don't know. Do you like drum and bass? The Ichi album is really good. Oh, my favorite. The Ichi album is really good. So I'll probably do that. Otherwise, I got Aviscerall, Remember to Save. I got what's it called? What else? Dreams. Dreams is pretty good too. But if you had to pick just one, I would do Ichi. And we just dropped the Destroy All Monsters New Game Plus, but I know you got the original one, so it's like, I don't know. I think Ichi is probably your best bet. If you don't have that yet, this one knows it. But thanks for asking, dude. I appreciate it. And Unholy says, not yet. I got to upgrade the needle and belt on my record player so it doesn't damage the vinyls. Oh, I feel you on that. Okay. Well, yeah, dude, whenever you get it upgraded, I'm stoked to hear what you think. Because some songs I feel like, I mean, obviously, sound better on vinyl. Like Never Ending Dandy, I think, sounds a lot better on vinyl. Just because, like, the synths come out, like, way more. It's analog, so it's like, you know what I mean? Of course, I made the song digitally, so it's like, but I don't know. Just to me, it sounds a lot more warm. Which, you know what I mean? It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. So, yeah. And Rampage, sup team? Hey, what's up, Rampage? How you doing? How's your Tuesday going? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you've been chilling. Yeah, I'm about to make more Monster Save Zeros. Because we're going to be selling them. In fact, the first thing, I guess we could talk about the title of the stream first. I want to talk about like sample clearing. Because someone asked me on a video the other day, like, yo, where do you get your samples from and stuff? But I actually I wanted to share this because I just paid my sample people just recently. But Unholy says, of course, I'll try it out. I can crank it hard so my neighbors get to experience your music. Well, okay, sick. Yeah, I'm glad to hear. Hopefully your neighbors like it. Yeah, thankfully what's been cool is I've been getting lots of comments lately. People have been like, oh, I got Monster Save Zero from a friend for like Christmas or just, you know, a little small thing. So it's been cool to see, yeah, people like kind of tell their homies about it and they're like, yo, this is sick. You know what I mean? So hopefully your neighbors are like, yo, this is sick. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, the thing I guess the first thing I want to talk about is, yeah, because people have been asking me like about sample stuff recently. So most of the time, I actually get my samples from a place called Producer Loops and Dope Boy Kits. And it's just like, I don't know, pretty much what happens is there's people out there who, you know, they like maybe went to school for music or they just love music, but they don't want to do everything I'm doing, where I'm like packing all the CDs and stuff and doing all the marketing and stuff like that. They're like, I don't care about all that. I just like, they tend to like playing music more than like doing everything else about being an artist, you know what I mean? And Unholy says, I hope so. I blasted at work too, lol. Okay, sick. Oh, dude, I'm glad to hear that you blasted at work as well. What do your coworkers think? Do your coworkers ever like, yo, what's that? You know what I mean? So I had some friends that are like, I think I had someone, where I worked at some restaurant and they were like, yeah, dude, I play at work all the time. And my coworkers are always like, yo, play the dinosaur guy. You know what I mean? So yeah. But Yeah, so pretty much like session musicians essentially are people who are like want to just like playing music and like composing music, but they don't necessarily want to do everything else that comes with being an artist, which is valid because I don't know, some people are like, dude, I don't want to deal with it. Unholy says, yeah, I got 2 of my boys to like it at work. Hey, that's sick, dude. And haha, the dinosaur guy. Yeah. I think it was one of my homies, Newport. I think they said their buddy called me like I forgot what he called me, but they work at this like a weed testing lab. So like, you know, when you like, I don't know, because you know, like dispensaries are so new, like there's like the state has to like test the weed, so it's like you're not just inhaling mold, which he finds all the time at work. It's always, I mean, they find all the time at work, but like they're always finding some of these dispensaries, man. But yeah, so you're not just like smoking straight mold. What's it called? Yeah, one of their coworkers was like, "Yo, your dinosaur homie's sick," and he was like, "Hey, hell yeah!" You know what I mean? So yeah. But oh yeah, so you pretty much session musicians, they just what they'll do is they'll make construction kits, so they'll make like 1-minute songs where they give you each individual instrument laid out, and then what I'll do is I'll take those. Usually I'll buy them up front, which is nice because it's just like, yo, $50. And what they tend to do is like Black Friday, like get every song I've like just composed for the whole year for like 300, and that's great. And you take about like 20% of them, I'll like match my taste, and then I'll turn them to Groovy Kaiju songs. So it's like a sick little system I got going on. And it's cool too because like, you know, the people that compose it get to like rake it in by letting artists like me just like use their compositions. But then since they sell it to so many different artists, it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they make a pretty good living. Like it's not bad to just sit around and like play around on piano all day, you know what I mean? So yeah. But anyways, Unholy says, God damn, you gave me so many stickers, I'm about to put those puppies on my guitar. Yeah, dude, please feel free. Yeah, no, I just feel like stickers is the easiest way to like sneak stuff in, to be like, yo, thank you for ordering something, you know what I mean? So it's like the easiest way for me to be like, yo, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's kind of hot. Let me turn on the AC. But so yeah, so that's like one way. But before I started like really heavily relying on like sample packs and construction kit sample packs in particular, I used to use a service called TrackLib. And essentially what they do is they strike up deals with like different like old record labels. Like there's one in particular called Aloha Got Soul. That's like a Hawaiian like soul and funk label. And they'll be like, yo, here's our entire catalog. You're allowed to sample any of these songs like wholesale up to 60 seconds to make a song. And you use it to pay 20% of all revenue back to the sample people, which is pretty sick. You know what I mean? Which you might be like, only 20%, but essentially it's like for lack of like a free 20, this is a hot take, but it's like a free 20%. Essentially it's like they made those songs like back in like the 70s, and now they just get to like rake it in from Monster Tape Zero sales without to do anything, you know what I mean? So, and like I'm the one taking the risk on all the like the marketing and stuff. So when you look at like profit, it's more in their favor, but that's a whole other thing. Anyways, but that's all businessy stuff. Anyways, but I bring all this up to say that I just paid all the sample people. So everyone, well, I guess they're labels, so who knows how much they're actually making in the end. But yeah, so I found out over the last 6 months I had sold, or at least shipped, 3,000 copies of Monster Tape Zero, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to share all the numbers just because I feel like that's their business too. I don't want to share their business too, but like, yeah, I ended up paying this Hawaiian record label a lot of money. So yeah, shouts out to old people who made cool music and let us enjoy it in new contexts. So hell yeah. Yeah, in particular, I think someone asked me about the sample to take me back to Shinjuku because they were like, what are the lyrics for it? And I was like, I don't know, man, but I like reorganized the lyrics just so it would say what I wanted to say. And but yeah, I know that was on the Aloha Got Soul label. The guy whose name was Al Narigba. But yeah. Oh, and Unholy Zero said, speaking of which, I didn't grab that album. Oh no. Oh, Sure Monsters? Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, whenever if you want to, like, pick it up whenever. Hey, Brian.
New merch order from Brian.
Oh, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Well, I think it's Brian, but thank you, Brian. If you're watching, let me know and I'll pack it right now. But yeah, Unholy, if you ever, you know what I mean, if you ever want to grab it, feel free. I'll be stoked to ship it to you, but no pressure. We're here chilling. But yeah, so I guess TLDR in terms of stuff how to sample. I suppose I'm excited for our new CD. Hey, let me. Is that you? I know everyone by their username. Yes, sir. Oh, okay, sick. All right, well, I'll pack it right now, dude. Heck yeah. Hey, oh, and you got a. All right, I got you, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Espinosa. I'll pack it right now, right now. Yeah, let me get all this out of the way. Unholy says, I need to grab it, man. Love your music too much to skip out on that one. Hey, thank you, dude. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, whenever you're ready, dude, I'd be stoked to send it to you. I think for Destroy All Monsters, though, New Game Plus, we sold out of vinyl. So we only have tapes and CDs left. Like, I think I just shipped the last vinyl to somebody in Sweden. So, my bad if you wanted the vinyl of that one. But yeah, I might order more, like, end of this year, depending on how money works after Monster Tape 1. But yeah. But Espinosa says, thank you so much, bro. No rush, though. Thank you, Espinosa. I appreciate you, dog. Yeah, I'm hyped to... Yeah, let me send this. I'll throw in an extra pin for you, too. Do you have any of the pins yet? So I'll give you, like, a Monster Tape 0 pin or something. And Unholy says, okay, bro, I'm off to bed. I've been up to since 4:30. Oh, damn. It's 8, dude. Yeah. Sleep well. Thank you again for the stickers. But I think that was the Monster Tape 0, something I didn't grab. There's one vinyl on this. I have all the vinyl. Oh, okay. All right, well, Unholy... I mean, all the stock is updated on the website. So yeah, but you're heading to bed. I don't want to keep you up. So, dude, thanks for stopping by, Unholy. Take it easy. And yeah, dude. Yeah, no, if anything, you always email me too. If you're like, which one am I missing or not missing? And we can figure it out. But yeah, dude, take it easy, Unholy. I'll catch you around. Thanks for stopping by. And Espinosa said this would be my first pin. Okay, sick. I'll throw you an extra one then. Thank you so much. My Pokemon deck bags. It looks sick. Oh, like your binder? Or like, what Pokemon bag? What kind of bag is it? And Galaxy, yo, TR, Groovy Daddy, keep me up. What's up, dude? How you doing? You trying to stay up for something? What you trying to stay up for, Tiara? How you doing? How's your Tuesday? But Holy says, yep, night, have fun, will do, dude. All right, sick. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm Holy. Okay, sick, but we're about to... And Tiara says, I'm hanging out with the girls right now. We're working on the art for a new single. Hey, sick, dude. That's dope. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, like, what's the, I mean, if I'm allowed to ask, what's like the idea for the art? And like, what's your like collaboration process for that? Do y'all just like kind of like do a Pinterest mood board or something? Or like brainstorming thing? How does that work? Oh my God. Let me cut this up for Espinosa. That's there. And Espinosa says it's a regular messenger bag, but I have my Pokemon decks in there to play local tournaments. Oh, that's sick, dude. So you do like Pokemon TCG then? Like not even just like collecting, just more like, that's sick. And it's cool you got a messenger bag, because isn't that the one, I think in Rubies when they introduced messenger bags, right? I remember I was thinking like, yo, the messenger bag in Ruby is so sick. Cool, let me, we got this. And then how do I want to keep this in safe? I think I got an idea. And then support. I'm writing you a note. As fast as I can. And Tiara says, we wanted the song to be as simple as possible, and we want that when you look at the lyrics of the song, it's very short. Okay, that's sick. Yeah, I mean, shorter songs are kind of in right now, dude. Like, I know personally, I kind of like a shorter song these days, just because it's like, I don't know, there's so much music coming out, it's nice to just be able to be like, I don't know. I like shorter music. Like Pink Panthers really got me into it. I think she was kind of like the first one to like really get on that wave. It was dope. And TR says, I like longer, but our other two songs are dense. Well, yeah, I assume you would like longer because I know you used to be in a jam band, right? Jam band songs are like 10-minute songs, dude. But I feel you on that. Yeah, there is like definitely a balance to like, what's it called? How much music you put into a song. Because I don't know, I feel like whenever I write lyrics, I end up like rapping because I just want to fit so many lyrics in the song. So that's something I'm trying to get better at as well. If that's what you mean by dense. Oh yeah. But yeah, Nespinoza, this is what's on the album. I don't know if you've heard the album yet, but I don't know, in my opinion, it's really good. I think it was like my album of the year last year. Even though I'm biased, of course, but I don't know. And what's cool too is one of the songs is on, I don't know if you heard of Star Trek 95. The song Bella Network is on like official, like, these are songs that I like, artist playlist. And I was like, hey, I got the Star Junk shout out. That's crazy. So yeah. Yeah, and the person I made the album with, I actually talked to them last night. It was super sick. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And what else is going on? So yeah, so that's what's going on sample wise. Yeah, we sold like 3.3 thousand Monster Save Zeros over the last 6 months, or I guess shipped because most of them were free. But then we sold 143 Destroy Monsters. Actually, no, 143 of Destroy Monsters New Game Plus, and then 26 Destroy Monsters, 14 Still Groovies, and 11 Home over the last 6 months. So yeah, we've been shipping out albums, that's for sure. But yeah, so yeah, thank you. If one of those is you, thank you. I appreciate it. I super appreciate it. In fact, yeah. But okay. What else are we doing? I'm trying to lock in on this. But I want to look and see what we can talk about while unpacking this. Oh dang, it's Malcolm X Day, dude. Shout out to Malcolm X. What's wild is you know apparently Malcolm X was killed by he was like assassinated by like the Nation of Islam, which I was like, damn, that's crazy. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but their history on that. But yeah, I was like, damn. Because I always thought, like, I always assumed the U.S. government killed him, but I guess not. Or I guess maybe, who knows? But Rosa says, you remind me, is there any future guests coming into the stream or getting a hold off things until she can get things under control? Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me, Roses. Future me, tell Kimberly or not tell Kimberly, but ask Kimberly to help with managing stream guests. Because that's one thing I remember saying, I still want to do it, Roses. I guess it's holding off right now just because I've been trying to get, handle Kimberly and get Monster 1 out the door. But it's something I wanted Kimberly to do, and I'm glad you reminded me. So when I watch this VOD, I'll write it down. Because it's something I want to make like a Google form or something, so we can just pull up, so we can get that going. But yeah, but that's why I haven't done guests as much lately, just because I'm trying to I'm always like running around, just like trying to get everything figured out. But it's yeah, I think maybe I didn't say it out loud, but at some point I was like, you know what, I should have Kimberly help me with this, and I just haven't had time. So I forgot to ask Kimberly. It's on a to-do list somewhere. I want it this way. And Rose says, okay, that's understandable. Oh, thank you. And Rampage says, shout out to Malcolm X, one of the greatest books I've read while I was a teenager. Yeah, no, for real. What's wild too is I remember, that's sick, Rampage. I need to read more on Malcolm X. Yeah, I remember, I forgot what I was watching, but what's wild is I remember at some point, I think, I'm not that if this is loud, but I forgot what I watched, but I remember at some point that, like, I guess Malcolm X, because him and Martin Luther King didn't get along too well, and I remember, like, I think Dr. King, Martin Luther King's, his wife, Loretta Scott King, she was like, Malcolm, like, why are you like this, yada yada yada, and and he was like, look, like they need an extremist like me to make Martin sound less extreme. Because, you know, like, and he was like purposely playing the role of like the super mean, like, I want America to get burned down. Because then people like look at Dr. King and go, well, at least he's reasonable. But like, if there was no Malcolm X, there was no like signpost of like what unreasonable looks like. That makes sense. And I was like, oh man, he was playing 4D chess. So yeah. But apparently that's what Dr. King's wife said. So who knows how true that is. But I was like, dang, my man was using his whole brain. But Zaku says, you see the merch for the Angry show? Shit looks like Dookie. Lamau. I remember I think I only saw one thing on like the City Pop subreddit. It didn't look too bad, but I haven't seen the whole spread. But I mean, you and I have gone through adventures with some of these merch companies or heard stories. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did. And I think you know which merch thing I'm talking about. But without having to say it out loud. But yeah. Yo, Skyer, good to see you. How you doing? How's your Tuesday, dude? Any more 3DS news? I know I keep asking you, but yeah, I'm just hyped for your 3DS, man. Or they, them, man. Or she, they, them. I don't know. Whichever photo. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Logan, yo, that clip. Good to see you, Logan. That clip on how you make DMV with Spiral Mao. The first time my dad sent me a clip of you instead of me sending a clip of you. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad that your dad also liked the idea of it. That's funny. But yeah, dude, honestly, after I posted the clip, I was like, am I right about this? And I went to like some Christmas lo-fi playlist. I put on ×2 speed and I was like, this low-key sounds like drum bass. I'm kind of spitting, if I may. But yeah, go to a lo-fi hip-hop song, put it on 2x speed on YouTube, and just already it would be like, it's kind of bass. So yeah. Yes, Espinosa, I'm sorry, I'm laughing too much. All right, so I got some cardboard for you to keep it safe. And I'm gonna use a bigger bubble mailer, Espinosa, so it says, you know, you have extra bubble wrap. All right, I'm getting you a pin, some stickers. Cool, I got you. And Zaku says, fuck the City Pop subreddit. Yeah, it is kind of goofy in there. Sometimes I see some interesting takes. Well, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna give you a fridge magnet too of the sticker you got, Espinosa, because I appreciate you. Oh, actually, Espinosa, I'm so sorry. If you're watching, Espinosa, can I, instead of giving you a sticker, can I give you a fridge magnet? Because low key, I ran out of stickers that should have been sold out. I goofed up. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, Espinosa. Let me know if you're still watching, please. Yeah, let me fix that right now. But Skyer says, good, just enjoying some homemade quesadillas. Oh, sick, dude. Yo, quesadillas are fire. I wish I could still eat them, dude. Quesadillas are hella good. Do you do anything special to them, Skyer? Do you add like any special cheese or anything like that? And just beat Mystery Dungeon about an hour ago. The one for a DS, right? Or was it a 3DS one? Was it like Mystery Dungeon Blue or? I forgot. And Logan says, drop the BPMs for every Aviscerall song, bro. It would make fire flips. I know, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I need to, dude. And Sky says, yeah, Mystery Dungeon Blue. Sick, dude. All right, Espinosa, I think left. Oh no. Do I have any of that sticker by any chance anywhere? I goofed, y'all. I forgot to set a sticker to sold out. Because sometimes I'll give them away, you know, I'll just add one in there. Oh, it's amateur hour. You're watching it live, dude. Yeah, I don't got any of that sticker. Oh no. Oh no. But I have fridge magnets. Well, hopefully Espinosa pulls back up real quick for us. Espinosa, where you at? Logan, I sent my first email to an artist. I want to sign today. Oh, sick, dude. Congrats on that. That's super sick. I hope they get back to you and they're like, I'm super down. Enya Rose's Espinosa ordered a sticker, but I goofed. And I ran out of that sticker. Because this is like, I usually keep them in little things. And I have a little like label on it, but I ran out. But I'm going to give them a fridge magnet instead. Hopefully they're cool with that. Hopefully they're like, yeah, sure. But yeah, so I have to write it on the packing slip. But if anything, I could always just mail it to him in like a letter. I'll write it down. Oh, I got a marker. A sticker. Mail you a letter. All right, cool. Hopefully that works. I should have wrote it down. Tiara says, "I'm happy you're doing well." Thank you, dude. Yeah. Thankfully, I am. Can't complain too much. It's another good day in the life. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing well too, and also like making music and stuff, and just crushing it, doing album art. That's what's up. Jim Rosa says, "Well, it happens. I think a magnet's a good solution. And even if you message them later about it, if you want." Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Because I'm probably gonna. In fact, let me write that down right now, or maybe I should just email them right now. Let me find it. And Liquor Goji, I just got a laptop. Gonna start using Logic Pro to make beats. Hey, I have a signed CDs of yours already. Hey, thank you, Liquor. I appreciate it, dude. Yo, congrats on starting to make beats, dude. That's super sick. That's super sick. Yeah, what kind of music are you planning on making, Liquor? Like in terms of like, yeah. Like what genre, I mean. And Logan says, "My bad, I didn't hear your reply to the message, but yeah, if you asked the artist, it was Maple Journey." What's funny, Logan, is I didn't, because I didn't know if you wanted to give that away, so I just like, but I thought it real hard, so it's funny that you knew. You knew that I wanted to ask. Dude, we're synced up across the US. Here's a 54-track compilation album on Bandcamp for like $1, less than $2. That's wild, yeah. That's wild, Logan. But I mean, that's sick though. I have to check them out after the stream. Yeah, when you watch the VOD, look up Maple Journal, formerly known as Toasty Wav for music. And who is it? Good to see you. How you doing? Who is it? Yeah, sorry I missed the last stream. I was knocked out. Yeah, no worries at all. It's super chilling, yeah. But how's your Tuesday going? And yeah, I don't blame you, because on Saturday, part of the stream on Saturdays, I also like slept for all day Saturday, because I went out like hanging out with some friends to like a river. It was wild. And Logan says, "Oh well, Future Funk is kind of niche-ish." Yeah, it kind of is. But the compilation and all this Aliases is called Maple and Friends. Sick. Yeah, I'll look up Maple and Friends when I watch the VOD. Thank you, Logan. Thanks for sharing. I'm super stoked to check out who you're gonna sign. That's so dope. Or hopefully they, hopefully they agree. But Liquor says, "Inspired by your slower songs, I can say, hey, sick." Like your song 1 in 1000, for example. Hey, dude, I'm glad I can inspire your music. That's so cool. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, well, when you make some songs, dude, let me know. Feel free to email them over to me. I'd be stoked to check them out. That's sick, dude. I'm so glad I can inspire. That's dope. But who is it says hot? Hell hot? Yeah. No, it's been hot too out here. Yeah, on Saturday I like went like river tubing, and what's it called? I think it was like 103 the entire day. Actually, today's been pretty nice. I know I'm looking at the temperature. I went out for a walk earlier. It wasn't too bad, but you know, it was early in the morning. Yeah, today it's only 90. That's not too bad. So yeah. But yeah, hopefully it gets less hot for you. Monsters, new stickers, tab chase. All right, cool. I just sent Espinoza an email. Okay, now I could lock that game. But Logan said, I mean, it was just an email. Yeah, there's one artist where it's talking about physical media. 2 Lost makes physical media now, so I might be screwed. But I'm finding the one I'm big enough to buy in bulk right now. Oh yeah, I mean, you're fine, dude. Because even if 2 Lost does physical media, I don't know. Like the whole point of it, like keeping it real. The point of a label is less, or in theory, should be less about like just pressing buy CD for artists. It's also a bit of like building a taste and building a sound where like you'd essentially want to market the label and the artist for them. Like, I don't know. Like I know like Business Casual, for example, like they aren't just ordering CDs or cassettes for artists. Like getting on Business Casual is also like John thinks your music's good. So other people are like, yes, I like John's taste, so let me buy this cassette no matter what it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, 2 Lost might be doing physical media, but like no one's gonna buy an album just because 2 Lost made it. You know what I mean? Or 2 Lost is behind it. That makes sense. But who is it says we're getting rain in about 3 to 4 days, so less hot indeed. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear you're getting some rain. Yeah, that'll probably make things a lot more chill for you. Yeah, I don't think we're getting rain in Arizona for a long time. Well, we actually might, because you know what? You'd be surprised, dude. The tropical storms out here in Arizona go crazy. We get a bunch of them. So yeah. But yeah, Rose, I sent an email to Espinoza, so hopefully they pop back in real quick or something. They're just like, hey, yeah, no worries. Oh, thank God. But also, too, I want to give him this mini sticker, but it got stuck in my little thing. Is there a bottom? Nope. Oh, wow. Oh, I got it. This little, like, Kaiju Club exclusive mini sticker, it was, like, so stuck deep. Yeah. Logan says, yeah, true, because if you don't have a consistent sound, label won't succeed. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully I'm not being pedantic, but I think it's, yes, consistent sound, but it's more just like consistent taste. Because I feel like you can be a label that has like punk 1 second and then like vaporwave the next. As long as it's like one person's taste or like an agreed upon taste amongst a group of people. Because, yeah. Does that make sense? Because I feel like people don't necessarily follow for like one sound these days. They follow more for like I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. People don't follow. I mean, what I'm trying to say is I feel like people listen to all kinds of music these days. And I think no one's like, I won't listen to that just because whatever. Because it doesn't technically have this checkbox with this label on it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm rambling. My brain's all over the place right now. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I think you're gonna do fine, Logan. Especially because you're starting like so young, dude. Like you got your whole world and life ahead of you, man. You are gonna crush it. I already know it. What else we give him? Oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so going all the way back, shouts out to Malcolm X, dude. So it's like way past that, but yeah. And Logan says those are just keywords. It's more like a subgenre-ish of most of those. Yeah, true. That's what I think you get what I'm trying to say, hopefully. That I think we're on the same point. Like, yeah, people don't necessarily care what the keywords are. They just, is it good music? Yes, no. And I think it's more just like finding people with the same taste as you. You know what I mean? I don't know. No. Did I give him 2 of that sticker? I think I did. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read the first message, little mouth. I want to make sounds though, like future bass, IDM, D&B, breakcore, electronic, but I also like future funk, vaporwave. But I don't know. No, I would do all of it. Do all of it. That's an easy do all of it, dude. Because those aren't as different as you would think they would be. Like if you were like, I want to do a label that's like future bass and then like country, I'd be like, okay, maybe slow down a little bit. But I'd still even say that's okay. But like what you're doing, that's completely acceptable. And Logan says the guy who runs Pacific Plaza Luke has peak taste. Yeah, Alex has pretty good taste. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. That is one thing for sure Alex has. It's just because they've been like doing music for so long, dude. They have like a whole history, dude. A whole long history. And Real Love Music too. Yeah, Real Love Music has good taste as well. But yeah, I can confirm. Alex is kind of goated when it comes to taste. Oh yeah, shouts out to Espinoza. Okay, cool. So I got them 2. I should get 1 more. Okay, that's everything. Yay! But yeah. So I guess going back to other random topics. Today is National Barber Mental Health Awareness Day. So if you're a barber, make sure you're taking care of your mental health. It's so specific. That's so specific. I love that. But Logan says you gotta look at existing labels or channels or artists in the space you're aiming to see what works, what doesn't, and what 150% does. So I agree, Logan. But I think there's also an element of like trying to try things outside of the scene to see what's new. Because I feel like that's where like innovation comes from, is like seeing 2 things that seem related and then like putting them together. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't necessarily just try to do what someone else is doing. Like definitely, see what works, but then also try to throw in your own like special sauce to see what sticks. You know what I mean? And Rosa says, the barbershop life sounds hard. Yeah, I was actually, so I'm actually going to a wedding. I just got invited to a wedding. And I was like, hey, I got the wedding invite. But, my homie is getting married next month, like an hour north of me. And, their fiance, soon to be wife, works at a salon. And, she was saying, it's like managing clients is like a whole thing. So yeah. So definitely, I can imagine that. Especially because like cancellations and like no shows and stuff, I bet that's like really draining on your mental health. I can only imagine. I'd be like super excited to have a client and then just like they're like, oh, sorry, my dog pooped too hard or something. You know what I mean? But Logan says, so start with what works and merge what you're not sure will. Yes, Logan, exactly. Start with what you think was gonna work and then merge in what you think won't. But the thing is you never are done merging in what you sure won't. Because there's still new stuff I'm trying with Groovy Kaiju like every week, all the time. It's like a never-ending hamster wheel of like trying new stuff. And like sometimes, like, I mean, I'm trying to think of one that I saw recently. I don't know. I'll get inspired to like try new marketing things all the time from just seeing like other random companies. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say though. Merging stuff that you come across. Where this says, congratulations to him. That's nice. Yeah, I'm super excited for him. And it's funny too because keeping it real, while we were like doing we all went to the Salt River tubing thing together, and that's where they were like, "You want to come to our wedding?" And I was like, "Hey, yeah." So it's super sweet. But the thing is while we were doing Salt River tubing, I was like looking at their astrology stuff, and it was really cute because I was like, oh, I could see why they're getting married right now because of like the way the stars are and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah. It's working, but also it's really cute. You know what I mean? Low-key, one of my favorite defunct record labels was Propple? Oh, I never heard of that one. What kind of music do they do, Logan? Love me. Their CD for Catalog Heaven by Cactus Stream. One of those Roblox artists was so nice. That's sick, dude. Yeah, I love it when labels make like super nice looking like physicals. Like I know Geometric Lullaby and the vaporwave scene, they make some like super high quality physical stuff. Like it's like wild how much lengths they go to make everything like such high quality collectibles. It's dope. And Logan says their CD for Catalog Heaven. Oh yeah, the album was Jersey Club. I love Jersey Club, dude. That's sick. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, I got a cop one of Geometric Lullaby. Yeah, I think I have a Geometric Lullaby release. Most of my releases tend to come from like in my collection. A lot of them are Pacific Plaza, just because I was always trying to support Alex. They're super cool. But yeah, cool. Espinoza, this is your package. Let me move everything back over here. Get back into CD packing mode. How do y'all feel about Devil's Food Cake? Because it's Devil's Food Cake Day. Isn't it chocolate with cherry? Is that what makes it Devil's Food? Because I've actually haven't had it much. But I know I remember always seeing it at the grocery store. I remember my grandma would eat it sometimes. Who is it? Never had that? Yeah, Devil's, I mean, I've had like little cupcakes of it before. Let me look at it. Devil's Food Cake. Oh. Google says it's a rich, dark, and moist chocolate cake known for its deep color and intense flavor, often achieved with Dutch processed cocoa, oil, and sometimes coffee or sour cream. Dude, that's so cursed. That's why it's called Devil's Food. It's because they put fucking sour cream in. The chocolate cake. Luckily, my only vinyl is the PVZ 2X LP and the Michael Jackson movie soundtrack. Oh, okay, yeah. Those are some pretty good vinyls. Yeah, do you have a record player, Logan? You do, right? Or probably your dad does. But this sounds delicious. Roses of sour cream, never mind. You know what's crazy is I know I'm talking shit about it because it just sounds cursed, but I swear the best donut I ever had in my life. I have a homie named Roderick. And it's kind of funny because speaking of Malcolm X Day and stuff, he like low-key got super into like Nation of Islam type stuff last time I saw him. And they also make beats. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, this is one of those things that makes me like, Roderick, if you're watching this, man, I want to tell you something. But so he makes like super sick like Earl Sweatshirt type of beats where it's like some soul sample that's like hella distorted. And I remember back when I met him, he was like making beats here and there. But Roderick was a really interesting person that like one day he'd be trying something and he'd be like okay at it, and then just like he'd wake up one day and be like, actually I'm good now, and it just would be cracked at whatever thing he'd been trying for a minute. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like he like, I don't know, like leveled up one day and put all the skill points into the thing he was trying, and it's like, it's, I don't know, he like, his life was just like very like, there was no smooth progression in the skills. It was always just like level up, level up, level up. Anyways, yeah, last time I saw him we were both skating because we used to skate together all the time, and I think he has a song with I feel like a rap guy. I think Medhane, if you're familiar. I think he has a song with Medhane, which is like, if you're into like abstract rap, that's like, yo, you got a placement, but you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I bring all this up to say, I remember in high school we were skating together, and he was like, yeah, you know, I made some donuts. You want some? I'm like, you made donuts? And he was like, yeah, like you should try it. And I ate it, and I was like, damn, this is the best donut I ever had. And he was like, it's made with sour cream. And I was like, my brain was like, what? You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, do people sleep on it? But like sour cream and dessert's pretty good. And I was like, why? How did you make, like, why do you make donuts so good? And he's like, low-key, I'm gonna go to Le Cordon Bleu after I'm done with high school. And I was like, hell yeah, man. You know what I mean? So I don't think he ever went to Le Cordon Bleu, but he definitely knew how to cook because he's cooking beats these days. But yeah. But yeah. Who was it says that's too much chocolate for me? Oh yeah, for the devil's food. It is, yeah, it is super chocolatey, yeah. I don't know, I used to be like, not like that's too much chocolate, but I don't know. Over time I'm like, now I want the triple chocolate. Like I acquired the taste for like quadruple chocolate stuff. And Logan says, I have a random $50 Amazon, which broke in 4 days. Oh yeah, you gotta get like a for real one, dude. Especially if you're gonna be doing label stuff, because once you start getting your test pressings and everything, Logan, you're gonna need like a for real record player. Didn't we talk about this? I think I told you the AT LP 120. It's pretty good, but I think they changed. The one I have is way better than the one that, you know, they do these days. But yeah, you gotta get a record player, dude. My bad. But I know you're like trying to save them. Oh shit!
New merch order from Christopher.
Thank you, Christopher. If you're watching, let me know. What's it called? And I'll pack it right now, Christopher. I literally just finished packing Espinosa's order. But Rosa says, I guess that's evident it works. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like, I'm glad they told me to eat it first and then told me what was in it, because I would have been like, no. But it was so good. And I trust them that it's good. Yeah. I mean, we talk about food all the time. Yeah. That's like one thing, Rosa, too. Do you ever like, that's one thing, I don't know, one of my like low-key fears is that like people think I don't have good taste in food. Is that a thing you ever have? Like, you ever had like a friend visit you and you're like, oh shit, I gotta make sure they think I have a good taste in food, or else, I don't know. That's like one of my like subtle insecurities, is I'm like, whenever a friend's like, where should we go eat? And I'm like, so I'm like, I gotta make sure it's something they'll like, or else they're gonna think I eat garbage all day. But yeah. NTR says, could I buy one of the shirts you're wearing? I'll trade you. Oh, I don't have any of them, dude, honestly. Like my closet right now is all this shirt, but I only have mediums of the crystal shirts. I mean, honestly, you gave me a tiara shirt, so like, if anything, I owe you one. So, do you know what size shirt you wear? I don't know if you're allowed to, like, you want to blast that on the internet, but if you can fit a medium, I could like, but even then it'll be like dead ass from my closet. Like, I've already worn it, it'll be from my closet. You'll have my my groovy juice on it, but if you're cool with that. But yeah, because I pretty much, the mediums are the only ones that fit, or I had a bunch of left over, and then I lost enough weight that like now I barely fit them, but I look good in them. So yeah, I'm a large. I don't have any larges. Tiara, my bad. We sold it, like, large is always the first to go at the shows, so we don't have any larges. My bad, dude. But large. But I'm hoping after what's it called? After I finish Monster Tape 1, like hopefully by the end of this week, I'm gonna do all the final, like, you know, I just sent out a Kaiju Club thing that's like, hey, get your name on the album. So this week I'm gonna finish the album. Next week, confirm all the names, and then oh, am I dropping frames like crazy right now? Fuck. Ugh. My bad if I'm lagging. How bad am I lagging? I'm lagging. Am I lagging pretty bad, y'all? Let me check the Twitch. Let me close this maybe. Ugh. What's Twitch looking like? What do I look like right now? Oh, no, I'm not lagging. Okay. Oh, yeah, I am lagging? Okay, damn. What do I do in this case? Oh, my internet's dying. Ugh. Alright, well, let me figure this out. No. What am I doing on Instagram? Am I doing good on Instagram? No, I'm doing pretty good on Instagram. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Alright, cool. Let me, It's kind of spiking every few seconds. Okay, yeah. I think what's going on is my internet just decided it doesn't want to anymore. Why is it doing that? What am I running that could be slowing things down? Maybe Chrome? Have any tabs open? Audio's coming through fine at least? Okay. Close this. And close this. Oh, I can close this. For sure I can close this. I think I can close this. Yeah, I think we're good. I closed as many things as I could. Oh damn. All right, well, either way, my bad, y'all. Hopefully the audio's coming through fine at least. But yeah, I guess I'll reply to Roses. They wouldn't mind, but I had opportunities to try things I hesitated on. I feel that, yeah. I'm more picky than I lead on. Yeah, I'm the same. I can get super indecisive, Roses. Low key, I feel you on that. I super feel you on that. And Tiara says large, lol. Okay, yep. Viking audio's coming through fine at least. Yeah, I think my internet just decided to take a dump. It says down here on OBS, it's like, hey, you're... Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. All right. It's coming back. Thank you. You have to blame Google, because I have Google Fiber. And TR says it's not laggy for me on Twitch. Okay, thank you, TR. I appreciate you stop checking real quick. Yeah, I think it's just my internet's having a little, like, having a moment. I'll check even my Google Fiber real quick. I got the little app. Have to do a speed test real quick. Hopefully it doesn't make the stream even worse. Try to run a speed test. Sick. Cool, I gotta put this in a bag for tomorrow. And we're good to go. Yeah, let me reopen this back up. We need this. Yeah, it seems like it's running fine. I don't know, maybe. Okay, now it's okay. Lamau, I ran. Oh, no, god damn! I mean, it's just like. All right, well, whatever. It's also Plant Something Day. Speaking of plants. Let me show off Jermaine. I mean, you might not be able to see him because everything's super laggy right now, but I think it's also, it might be a Twitch issue, low-key. Because my internet said it was fine. Anyways, yeah, Jermaine's doing good. Oh my god. This is what Jermaine's looking like. What's crazy is, you can see it really well, is that this one branch turned like white. I don't know what that means, but yeah. But it's like super thick. So yeah, Jermaine's doing good. Super I still want to get Jermaine stickers made. That'd be super dope. Oh my god. Baby, baby. Rosa says, awesome growth, Jermaine. Yeah! Yeah, shout out Jermaine for being such a trooper. Okay, cool. And put the pins away. And Rosa says, I wonder if the stem will get bigger. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because, yeah, I have noticed it get bigger over time. It's just interesting that it turned like white. I don't know why it did that. Jermaine was like, I'm tired of being green. Yeah, I wonder if it's or it might be the platform I'm using to see if Restream's having issues. Yeah, because now it's starting to yell at me like, hey, your stream's really messing up. And who's it says plant works in mysterious ways? Yeah. Stream status. It says everything's good. I don't know, I'll just hopefully the stream fixes itself. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, plans do work in mysterious ways. What else is going on? All right. My bad. I'm going through all my things I usually check. Oh, so this is crazy. Actually, no, maybe not that one. Oh yeah, I caught up with did y'all watch Frank's Discoholic interview by any chance? Because I know we got a lot of Discoholic fans as well. It was cool. I saw Frank and Discoholic did a little like interview together. And Discoholic was like breaking down how they got like their helmet made and everything. If you aren't familiar, Discoholic's like a ridiculously good musician who's in like the vaporwave scene. And what's cool is that they always have a disco ball helmet that they like play all their shows with. And yeah, it's super dope. But their music is like super good. It's very like Quincy Jones inspired, but it's like super funky. It's just some of the best music I've ever heard in my life. I'm not saying that lightly. It's so good. So yeah. But Rosa says, I saw up to the first kiss, but I had to rest that day, lol, because he streamed that same day. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I need to stop by disco streams more often. I used to come by like every once in a while, but I think they always stream when I'm like doing something. Because they stream mostly on the weekends, right? Usually on the weekends I'm like running around doing stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, but would highly recommend. In general, Frank has been uploading a lot of like podcasts and stuff like that, kind of like interviews and everything. So trying to like get back into the flow of like, what's it called, being a content creator on YouTube. Which I'm like, hell yeah, dude. They're hella good too. Just because like me and Frank, but Frank especially, know a lot of like just really random, talented internet people. So yeah. Rosa says the first Saturday of the month, and I think the third Saturday. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I thought he streamed more often than that. No wonder, yeah, because I thought they streamed like every Saturday. I think they might have slowed down, huh, to like focus more on music. What I also found super interesting though is Disco said that they have like a partner to help them with disco stuff. Like they aren't. I thought it was all. I thought Disco was like all him, but I didn't know there was like another person behind the scenes doing Discoholic. I was like, oh, it's a 2-player campaign. It's a 2-player mission. That's crazy. I didn't know it was co-op. Discoholic is co-op. But Rose says yes for they slowed down to focus on music. Okay, I'm glad I knew that correctly. And oh yeah, I was aware of them. That's cool. Yeah, I had no clue. I just like I heard through the grapevine about it, and I was like, huh? But then they just like, you know, said it on. I was like, oh, straight from Disco himself. But yeah. Dun, 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 dun. And Rosa says, it was so cool hearing the depth about everything. I'll have to check out the rest soon. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got more than halfway done with it. But I'm probably going to listen to the rest when I go to the gym after this. So I'm going to the gym after this. Rosa says, I just love hearing artists break it down. Yeah, same. Same. Because I don't know, just Frank also did one with Nelward. And one thing Frank asked that I was like, that was such a genius question is, what do you think you're good at as an artist? And I was like, oh, such a fucking good question. It's such a like saying it the wrong way could sound super condescending, but like in general, that's like a really great question. I'm just like, why? What do you think? Like, you're good? I don't know. I think Nelward said, I forgot what he said, but I don't know. It just made me think a lot because I don't know. Personally, I feel like the thing I'm good at is world building. Like I'm really good at like making my songs feel like a place. Like you're at a place, like you are somewhere actively. But nowhere it said something like different, but like that same like I'm good at this. Yeah, I mean that you wouldn't expect an artist to say. Like they weren't like I'm good at hi-hats. You know what I mean? They were like I'm good at like this very like breaking this specific feeling. And I was like hell yeah. So I don't know, Rosa. I said that to say same as you. I love hearing an artist like break down how their brain works and stuff. Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, Rosa, how about you? What do you feel like when you approach your art? Like what do you feel like you like what's going through your head? Is the stream I'm afraid the stream is just completely unwatchable right now. The stream is fine. Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you, Roses, because I'm looking at like literally my computer's just like everything is red, just like you know what I mean? Like, you messed up. The stream is dying. Okay, cool. And Rosa says, in terms of what goes through their mind when they think we do art, I don't know, hard to say. It depends on what I just go with and what I'm in the mood with. I think with my inspirations. Okay, sick, yeah. That's dope. I feel that a lot. Yeah, I feel like I do that sometimes too. Where like sometimes I'm working on stuff, I'm like, oh, this hella sounds like blank as I'm making it, and I'll like try to lean more in that inspiration direction too. So I feel you on that. Who is it says, sometimes Tuesdays is update and break something day. You know, you are right, yeah. I used to work in tech, who is it? And totally. It was like never deploy on a Friday, but it was always like Monday or Tuesday is like fair game to just like break shit. Because then you come into work tomorrow and fix it, you know what I mean? If it's like really that bad. So yeah, so I might have got caught in someone's, keeping it real, who is it? I probably got caught in somebody's AI slop. Tuesday deploy. Let's keep it real. Right before they left the office too. So like 6 p.m. deploy. All right, I'm heading out. Everything looks like it's working fine. You know what I mean? So probably might be possible. Yeah. Yeah, oh, and Rosa says you were standing there very still and I got scared for a second. The stream froze them out. Yeah, the stream's acting goofy. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we might unfortunately have to call it early if the stream doesn't improve in like the next 30 minutes. Well, actually, no, if it's fine, I don't know. We'll just keep going. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Just let me know if I like, you can't hear me, then I'll probably just call it if like my voice stops coming through. We can always reconvene on Sunday. But have y'all ever flown on Spirit Airlines? I kind of, now that they're like gone, I'm like, damn, I probably should have bought some Spirit Airlines tickets. Because they make it seem like, oh, it was like so cheap. It was like $70 to go to like wherever. I was like, really? Was I really like goofing? Because I've just been flying across all over the US for like $2. And Scar says, at least your audio's coming through perfectly fine. Okay, cool. I'm glad that is coming fine. I'm glad that like Twitch prioritizes audio over video, because that's, yeah, I think that's the most important part. But yeah, now that Spirit's gone, I'm kind of like, damn, I should have flown on some Spirit. Because like low-key, I was already thinking like, it would have been dope to just like, because I shipped so much stuff anyways, well, I could have just shipped everything I would have brought in a carry-on to a friend for like $20. Just, you know, flew in with just my phone in my pocket, pull up on everybody, and just already have my stuff there and then just ship it back. And that would have been pretty cheap. But yeah, then I don't know, I've never like gotten super into like the how to get cheap flights. I know some people just kind of like spend all day trying to like fly somewhere for hella cheap. But another thing I watched recently was like kind of like a 2-hour like video breakdown of this person named Linda Goodman. And she was the astrologer who like wrote a book called Sun Signs back in the 80s. And it's like the reason why astrology became popular again was because she wrote this one book. And it became like pop culture. And that's how the phrase like, what's your sign became popular, was because of Linda Goodman, which is pretty crazy. So I was like, what was her life like? And actually it's kind of brutal and sad, which was like wild. Because the video pretty much, they break down like, she actually wasn't like some big time astrologer. She was actually like someone like, it was like pretty recent to the practice. But yo, Korean dude, what up, dude? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, hydrate and stretch immediately. I got you, dude. Actually, Kimberly found some new channel points thing. I'm gonna try to implement them pretty soon. I'm gonna get the chance. But Rosa says, oh, the question related to the thought process of my art. I want to add that when I think about my inspirations and what I want to do, I like thinking outside the box related to what I want to do. Oh, that's good. That's awesome, Roses. That's super sick. I feel like I got to do more of that, honestly, myself. Because sometimes, so I did a interview thing with Frank as well. And one thing I asked Frank was like, do you ever feel like you're making the same song over and over? And I want to challenge myself to think outside the box more, like you're doing. That's sick. But yeah, Karina, hope your shiny hunting's going well. Versus wow, it's interesting for Linda Goodman. Yeah, it was honestly, as soon as I put it on, I like had to go do other things, and I was like, wait, this is actually, I was locked in. So I guess someone wrote a book about her, and it's about to come out pretty soon. So part of it was like them talking about astrology, but also like, hey, your book's coming out. So what'd you write in the book? You know what I mean? But yeah, what was wild is so before she started doing astrology stuff, she was just like a radio host somewhere and just like doing like radio stuff. So she already had like really good communication skills. And then I think her like husband or something bought an astrology book because he like went to some country and I brought it home. She read it and was like, oh, this is crazy. Hell yeah. Became like an okay-ish astrologer, you know what I mean? Well, I want to say, better than okay. I'm not going to talk shit, but you know what I mean? That's like one thing I learned is kind of like astrologers love talking shit about each other. It's kind of crazy. You wouldn't expect it, but yeah, they love talking shit about each other. Yeah, so she like was doing it for like about 2-3 years and was like, I'm gonna write a book. And then wrote the book Sun Signs, and it went off to like do like 30 million copies, New York Times bestseller. It was less because people were like, oh my god, astrology is so cool. It was more just like she just wrote like in a very relatable way. Like she was just a really fucking good writer. So people just read the book half for entertainment, half for like, oh, this is so interesting, like because I relate to it and like what she's saying makes sense. But also it's just really fun to read. You know what I mean? So then like the book blew up. So she made like a ton of money, right? And then what's really sad is that it's even like fun enough in her chart is that she was like really afraid of like death, like really, really afraid of it. So like when people would pass in her life, she would end up like hiring private investigators because she made so much money. She would hire private investigators to try to like find people who died because she couldn't accept the fact that they died. So she would spend like millions of dollars being like, oh, like please find, like sadly, like one of the people that died was like her daughter. So she's like, oh, like she didn't die actually, like please private investigator, find out where my daughter went, she's missing. And whenever the private investigator was like, she kind of died for real, they'd be like, you're fired. And she would hire another one. So it's like kind of like, she kind of like lost it after a while because because she just couldn't handle certain things in life. But she had all this money, so she was like spending like a ton of money on. I was like, this is crazy. It's a crazy story. So yeah, and she ended up getting like some super fat advance for the next book, but like because she was doing all this other stuff, she couldn't like write the book in time. And the next book was just like really complicated, so like people didn't really, I don't know. It was like, yeah, it was a really interesting life that she lived. But technically, she's like the most popular astrologer in the modern age of all time. So it's like, I don't know. Even if you don't care about astrology, I still just thought like the story was like, what? You know what I mean? Just like the story of her life was like pretty interesting. Because it'd be like, I don't know, like Michael Jackson or something, like after Off the Wall popped off, he just like started hiring. I mean, I guess he kind of did actually. He got a monkey, he got a llama. Never mind. But you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that kind of story, except like more dark, sadly. So yeah, so would recommend if anyone wants to hear a cool life story, check it out. Yeah, I kind of want to get the book, but I don't know. At the same time, I don't know if I'll have the time to read it. And what was interesting too is that the person who wrote the book wasn't someone, I mean, from what I could tell, I don't think they were that into astrology. I think they just really liked her book Sun Signs and was just like, oh my God, this book is so cool. Let me like do my college thesis on like their life. And was like, the more she dug, the more she was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Rosa says, I have books I want, but only have gotten over space. Huh? Oh, you don't have the space in like to like hold them all? Yeah, I want to collect more physical books, but I don't know, my Kindle is just so convenient. But at the same time too, I know I'm just like giving Amazon, like they killed the bookstore. Rosa says, yep, yeah. That and like, I don't know, I've been trying to like low-key physical media is like the way. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but like even, I don't know, even just like from a ROI perspective, because I'm like, I used to be like, you know what? I don't mind buying digital games, but now I'm like, damn, now I have all these digital games that I couldn't like resell on eBay or something. So I'm like, dang, I should have bought these physical when I had, you know what I mean? That's what I get for not buying physical media. You know what I mean? So books, I want to do that. But the thing is, I'm an annotator. I love annotating my books. And I'd always like end up like reading a whole book, annotating it, going back, and then manually typing up all the like annotations I wrote. So it's like hella annoying to do that. Whereas with the Kindle, it just, you know, it all backs up. And they'll even give you a file of all your annotations. So I was like, oh, I don't know. But 2J, what's up, dude? Salutations, cuh. What's up, dude? How you doing? How you feeling? How's your Tuesday? Rosa says, I meant to say I know about some books that I want. Oops, yeah, no worries. Yeah, there's a lot of books I want. And what is cool though is that I think I mentioned it once, but Spotify, part of your Spotify subscription comes with audiobooks. So you can always like at least listen to them through that. But what's hilarious to me is that there's like an investigative journalism book about Spotify doing some like shady stuff. That's a free audiobook as a part of your Spotify subscription. So you can use your Spotify subscription to learn about how bad Spotify is. Like they never like flagged it to be like, don't allow this. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. But and I like physical books, so it's a difficult situation. Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, same. Because even when I'm moving, I'm like, fuck, I got so many. Yeah, I still have a lot of books. Even though I'm like, I don't have that many books. I actually have a lot, low key. And who is it? Says, man, I missed a bit of book talk. Yeah, what's up with books? Who is it? You got book opinions? Or is it the stream? The stream the stream says it's doing better now. So I think give it like 30 minutes. Or not even 30 minutes, give it like 10 minutes. I think it should be back to normal. I think it was like my internet just dipped down for a second. But if you have book opinions, please share them. We're just talking about books. Like one book I want to write for the Kaiju, I think I mentioned it once, but like my favorite psychology book, because in the survey, I'm probably not gonna do a survey this year just because I don't have time. And plus I wanted, because I used to do surveys during like the holidays. But then I realized like people are doing Thanksgiving, like they don't probably have time to do a survey. So like I should do it during the summer when everyone's off of school, everyone's like just chilling, you know what I mean? Because like no one's like super busy during the summer. So like, I'm really asking people to like do this survey during the busiest time of the year. So yeah. So I'm gonna skip the survey this year to do it next year during the summer to like, you know what I mean? So yeah. But Skyr says, I got a lot of books, most of which I'd like to sell, which they didn't drop 99% of value at the moment secondhand. Do they drop that much, Skyr? Because I mean they do drop, but like I don't think that much. Like I'm gonna go on eBay. Sorry, because I've noticed my books hold up value on eBay. Like, yeah. Unless you mean like college textbooks, then yeah, maybe. But I don't know, it's like books that like you would normally read. I've noticed they're, yeah. But who is it says, no, I kept going back and forth with my mom about the Ticketmaster to the class action lawsuit. Oh, sick, yeah. Well, what's your opinions on that? Who is it? Because you know what I mean? We've talked about it a bunch on here. I don't know if you were there for him, but yeah, there was a minute we were talking about the Ticketmaster thing for a hot second on stream. But I know I'm still struggling to read 1619. What's that book about? I don't remember read 1619, I don't think. But another thing is, y'all watch Club Shay Shay? I see his clips all the time, but my brother had me watch a few of the Club Shay Shay episodes. So I was talking to him. He was like, you gotta watch the Kevin Gates one. What was really cool is I didn't know how Kevin Gates, like the rapper, I didn't know how spiritual he was, dude. And not even like on like a, I guess he is like, I think he's Islam. I think he's a Muslim. But like, is that the word? Or he practices Islam, I don't know. But it's just really cool because he just talked about how many times he was like, I had like this clairvoyant thing happen to me when I was a kid. And I was like, damn, dude, like you're like a hood rapper. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm on my healing journey. I was like, dude, hell yeah, man. I've never seen such an emotionally intelligent hood rapper in my life. You know what I mean? So yeah. But who is it says, fuck up, that's my opinion of Ticketmaster. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, I hope they get broken up. Because I know they got found guilty at the state level. But federally they were like, so yeah. So but on state level they're getting pretty wrecked right now. So I'm hoping they break them up, because yeah. That would, I don't know, I'm biased, but they would make my life so, I mean, I'm not even biased, I'm just a normal person. I don't like buying expensive tickets as the fan, but also as like an independent artist, that would like open so many doors for me. It'd be crazy. It would be crazy. Because like low-key, a lot of like Phoenix, everyone uses Ticketmaster out here. It's kind of like a, or like the big one they use is Ticket Web, which is at the bottom says owned by Ticketmaster. I'm like, you know what I mean? And the one guy that is like open to Vaporwave events out here, they're like a booker for Ticketmaster, which like, you know, no shade to that, but it's just also like every time like, or a booker for Live Nation, which is owned by Ticketmaster, same thing. So that's always been like a little goofy too. Because like the one time he threw me like a pretty good gig, it was like through Live Nation, and it was like all these different, I was like, no, I'm good. And it was like last minute too. I was like, bruh. So yeah. So yeah, I hope Ticketmaster gets absolutely Wrecked. And who is it says, also 1619 is about the true starting point of Black history, or should I say history of all history on many things. Okay, sick. Let's check it out then. Thank you. Yeah, the older I get, the more I'm like, yo, history is kind of underrated, dude. History is kind of sick. Even like, I don't know. This is kind of silly. I mean, I don't, maybe it's narcissistic. I don't think so, but I've been journaling a lot, and even just, I don't know, sometimes I'll like go read my journal from like a week ago, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So I think everyone should check your own history too, because like, yeah, there's stuff that you're like, oh yeah, I don't remember when that happened, but like, I don't know. Since I've been writing stuff down, it's like, damn, my history is kind of cool too. Or the history of like me and my friends. Like, you know, it's just cool to like, oh, that was the day we did that together. That's so nice. So yeah. Rosa says, yeah, I'm hoping hard something happens with the lawsuit. I was telling my sister how annoying it was to just watch her figure out some purchases over resellers. Yeah, exactly. I really hope they get screwed. And maybe, I don't know, there's so many people that have like proven, like, are you a like, you know, they'll be at conferences for Ticketmaster and be like, are you a reseller? Oh, we have these systems that we can give you access to like let you resell in bulk and stuff. And they're like, and then like when you ask them in public, like, we don't do that. And it's like, well, what was your marketing guy telling this one dude that was like pretending like he was a reseller? You know what I mean? For your company, like, my guy's lying, dude. Like, is the yacht not big enough, bro? Like, you know what I mean? How big is, you know, when is it enough, man? How big is the yacht got to be for it to be enough for you to stop lying? Because now you're lying to the government too. It's like, damn, dog, you're wilding. You're like lying under oath in court. Pinocchio level of lies, yeah. Yeah, for real. Ugh. But yeah, but I hope they get screwed over. Because yeah, I've like kind of even given up on like going to most shows because they're like so expensive now. Which I mean, I feel like most people have, because you've seen like the whole thing. I don't know, what's weird is I kind of don't know if y'all noticed, but like 1 second I'll get an Instagram reel that's like blue wall of death, no one's going to shows, ha 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 ha. And I'll get an Instagram reel that's like AI made everything so soulless, live shows are doing great. And I'm like, where's the truth? You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't go to as many shows as I was going to. Well, I was living in LA though, so that's kind of different, but still. It's like very rare when I find a show that I'm like, I can afford and want to go to. Oh, and I did, speaking of shows, I did look into it. Remember how I was saying last stream about, I was like, what it says, court case starts in 2027, so there's time. Yeah, there's a bit of time. Ugh. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. Well, I guess it starts in 2027. But yeah, never mind. But I didn't. You remember how I was saying last stream? I think Rose was there. A lot of us were there, but Sky was there too. A lot of us were there, anyways. That I was like looking into like maybe I should just book venues outright, and then rather than like going through a venue. And I looked into it a bunch, into like PeerSpace and stuff like that. And a lot of it could work. And even like what was sick is they said a lot of venues were BYOB. So you could just bring your own drinks. And I was like, oh, that would be perfect. Because then like, no, people could just pull up with a 6-pack if they want to drink, but most people don't drink anyway. So there's no like pressure to drink. You know what I mean? So I was like, that would be perfect. But the thing about it is that they were saying like, if you do BYOB, then you're in charge of checking IDs and stuff. And then you become Okay, you remember the convo? Okay, who was it? Okay, glad. Yeah. So I pretty much like did a bunch of research, and like you could do it, but you just open yourself up to like so much stuff that can go wrong. But yeah, a big one would be like, even if you said the show was 21 plus, if someone shows up that's not 21 and pretends like they're 21, then you become legally liable as a person who checked the ID if they end up drinking and like someone to bring their own beer and give it to someone they don't know is 21 or not, then like you could get in trouble. Like both the promoter and the person at the front door who's like checking the ID. So whatever friend had asked to like check IDs would also be legally liable. So it's just like, oh my God. Yeah. So even if you say, okay, no drinking at all, there's still like, you need like event insurance, I found out, which normally like a venue would cover for you as a part of just because they run events. So that's like an extra like 150 you have to put on every show. And like the rates were okay-ish, but a lot of them were like, I don't know, pretty much the math would be like, it still makes more sense when you just throw a show at a venue than to like do this whole side thing. So I was like, rats. So yeah. And I think it worked for the other person that I watched the video on because they were just starting out and they said a lot of their shows were like 50 people. Like I couldn't find a space that was bigger than 100 low key. So I think they were doing it more for like, I have like 20 fans in this area. I'm gonna email them, not run ads, and they're just gonna pull up. Now it'd be perfect for that. But yeah, it was a whole thing. Like I doubt they were making like low key. I bet they were breaking even if that. So yeah. So the idea couldn't work. Womp womp womp. But yeah. But I mean, to be fair, maybe it could, but just based on what I researched, it didn't seem like it was worth the risk, like trying to figure it out. Because like on paper, it just seemed like you're really fighting an uphill battle versus just looking at venue. But Rosa says, I wish it wasn't complicated, but it sounds like fun. Yeah, it would be super fun. Because one even was like someone's house. They were just like dead ass, like I got my house approved in this neighborhood to be like a place. And like they had like all these cool like lights and like party lights and stuff. It would have been like a birthday party looking thing. It would have been, it could be super sick. It could be so sick. But yeah. But just like the money and stuff wouldn't work out. Like, you know, the guy was like, you know, no underage drinking, but it's up to you and like legally, whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I bring this up, who is it? Because I was like, that I was hoping I could like skirt around Live Nation, but just like, you know what, let me just book these like not Live Nation at all venues that are just people's houses and stuff, or like event spaces, and go from there. One of them was like a ballet studio too, and I was like, if I brought my own lights, I can make a ballet studio look kind of vaporwavy. That'd be kind of fun. You know what I mean? We're dancing anyways. It's a dance studio. But yeah, that also was kind of like a little goofy. There was like little funny rules here and there for it. So I was like, oh, it wouldn't work. But yeah, and that was just in Phoenix. And then I looked in like New Mexico, because I was like, because of the idea would be to do a tour to like, let me just check another state over. And that one, they had like nothing available that would like work at all. So I was like, okay. Yeah, this wouldn't be like a good solution. Who is it says, it's hard to do that. I mean, Pearl Jam tried, it didn't work out. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, I know, what's it called? Yeah, because who was it? Oh, you remember the combo then. But yeah, that's true. Pearl Jam didn't work out for them. But I think it's because, I'd be curious why it didn't work out for them. Because I feel like they'd just be too big, no? Because like Pearl Jam, they need a big space because of Pearl Jam. Whereas like someone like independent artists, they kind of like need 100 people sometimes. Just 100 is perfectly fine. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah. And I finally got tired of eating oatmeal every morning, sadly. So now I'm switching back to protein pancakes. I'm like rotating through breakfast foods, and whenever I get tired of one, I switch to another one. It's been pretty funny. But now I have a bunch of oats. Then I'm like, I don't know what to do with these. And I remember I can make overnight oats again, and I was like, oh shit, I can make overnight oats. So I might try to get back into that. In fact, I bet I could do it tonight. Oh yeah, you're talking about the 90s case of Pearl Jam. Who is it? That was like a while back. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, I think it's because Ticketmaster was too, like, way, in the 90s, they were way too big. But yeah, they were the OGs, like, yo, Ticketmaster sucks, which shouts out to Pearl Jam for being that way, yeah. But yeah, that's a while back. That's a while back, who is it? Yeah. But, yeah, because the thing is that, the whole like system today is that now there's like, you know, we have the internet. So that's why I was like, kind of like, it could be possible now. Cause I assumed back then, like there was no like, let's go like book a venue online. Like, you know what I mean? They had to like call up and like try to like figure out the logistics themselves. Whereas like nowadays you can like essentially like book a venue like an Airbnb. If you just want to do like a wedding or something, or like a small event for your company or whatever, you can book it like you would an Airbnb. Whereas back then you didn't have that. So that's why I thought I could work today, but yeah, I don't think it can. Oh my god. And who's it says, nah, too many crazies? Yeah. Well, it's a bit of that, but also just like having the space available and stuff. What's nice is if you're working on like a smaller scale, I don't think I've mentioned this, but no, I have. I had a buddy, and they worked a lot in live events, and what they noticed is they said like, crazies don't come out until you hit 300 people. He's like, it's like 1 out of every 300 that's crazy. So if you do a show that's smaller than 300, then you're probably fine. But once you hit 300, then things start going wild. And I can confirm that is true. I've experienced that, yeah. Anyways, but no, you are correct though. In general, like touring across and just like trying to do, yeah. Which even the artist that has been doing this and they did like the interview, they were like, thankfully it's not been that way, but it's, you know, I mean, I've been kind of, I'll admit I'm kind of lucky in that regard. So yeah. And they were a woman too, which is also like doubly like, oh. But they said they were fine, thankfully. So yeah. But let me write down to make overnight oats. So I think I have enough stuff to do it. So I got frozen blueberries and everything. But I don't know if I have the right oats. But one thing that's wild about the Kevin Gates thing is one of like a story he told like a while ago is that he was like, yeah, once I stopped my car to help this woman broken down on the side of the road, and she was like, oh, my car won't start. And he was like, you know what, let's just pray together and make it work. And he said that he prayed, put his hand on the battery, and the car started. And he was like, I swear to God, may God strike down me and my children if I'm lying. And people were like, bro, no, you're lying. Why would you say that? But then like people then showed that like apparently like don't do this. But I've looked up videos and people, yeah, sometimes they'll like put one hand on like a car that's running and on the car that needs to start, and they'll like just start the car, and like I guess the electricity will travel through their goddamn body and start the car. Which is like, what? And they don't die. So yeah, it's crazy. I'm hydrated for you, Roses. Roses, that's, I know, isn't that is super scary. I could not do it. I had a buddy that was like super into cars, and they were also really good at electronics. I guess the car battery doesn't have enough voltage to like hurt you, but it's still like, I just don't like the idea of like, yo, we're gonna jump the car across my heart. You know what I mean? It's like, you're crazy, dude. You're crazy. So yeah. That's the thing is that like you can technically use your body as like a conductor, but you just want to make sure that electricity doesn't travel across your heart. But that's totally what you're doing when you do this. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's how people like don't die when they like get electrocuted, because it'll, you know, they'll touch it and it'll go through their arm, and then, or if they, you know, if they use their left arm, then probably rip. But if they use their right arm, it'll go from right arm, and then the heart's over here, so it'll like skip past it and just go straight down to the ground. Because it wants the path of least resistance, so it doesn't go across your heart. Not that I'm saying you should test this. I'm just, yeah. Of course, do not test this at home. But yeah, my understanding electronics would tell me that. But another sick video I watched though was a guy named like Jeremy Ether. He does like fitness stuff. I don't watch that many fitness people. I mean, I know I've been like going to the gym a lot, but I don't watch that many. But I love watching. I don't know. Sometimes the thumbnail and the title be getting me. But he said, I proved people have no idea how many calories they eat. It was a really good video, and that there was like a lot of it was like kind of like metabolism. And it was like one dude, super skinny, right? He was a super skinny dude. Like maybe went to the gym like once a week, but he worked in retail, so he just walked around a lot. And super lanky, but I guess he was eating like 5,000 calories a day. Just like, what? That's crazy. That's like eating like, how many calories is a Twinkie? That's like eating like 30 Twinkies a day, dude. It's crazy. An entire box is like, yeah, it's like eating 2 cakes per box. Yeah, it's like eating like 2 boxes of Twinkies a day. And the dude still was lanky, which is like, what? So yeah. Or it's probably like, you know, eating like a normal amount of food that you would eat, and then a whole box of Twinkies every day. And he was still like, what the hell? And Rosa says, how do you get away with that anyways? Well, it's just, I think it was a bit, it mixes his metabolism, but also just because he was working in retail, he's like walking around the store all day long, just moving boxes and stuff. So because he was exercising so much, he was just burning like a ton of calories. So it worked out. But it was also ironic that like the person, you know, they go through the whole range. Like the larger people were eating like less calories than that dude, but their metabolism just wasn't as conducive to it, to like them losing weight. And they weren't like the type of people to like snack either. It's just like when they ate food, they just would eat like slightly larger meals or like less healthy meals. But the dude over here eating Twinkies was fine. It was just like, yeah, I don't know. And Rosa says, wouldn't that exhaust you more because it's unhealthy food? So to be fair, it's not like they said exactly like I eat 2 boxes of Twinkies a day, but I was just trying to give like a calorie comparison of like you would have to eat 2 whole boxes a day to keep up with them. Because like, I don't know, I eat a lot of food. Like I eat like a big bowl of pasta that'll be like 1,000 calories top. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I was saying more for perspective, but technically, yeah, I think you would be more exhausted, Roses. I think you are correct, because I think you would just, you know, more just sugar. It would just make you feel more like, ugh, if you were to eat just straight junk all day. But in terms of like weight gain, I think you're the type of food actually makes less of a difference. But of course, eating food that makes you feel like ugh means you're less likely to go to the gym and stuff like that. So that's why. Yeah, I mean, but anyways. But yeah. But I don't know. It's just one thing I've been like, I don't know, hopefully this isn't like a sore spot or a trigger warning or something, but like, I come from a big family, like a big family, if you can't catch my drift. You know what I mean? And so I've always, you know, I mean, I don't know, I've had like friends that come from families that are a lot more thin or lean. They're like, oh, why do people just go to the gym? I don't get it. You know what I mean? Something like that. And I was like, there's like so much, as I've been learning more about fitness, I'm like, oh, there's so many layers of like, it's not as simple as like, just hit the gym, bro. But like, just stop eating cheeseburgers, bro. Like there's so many different crazy factors that go into like weight loss, like why you might weigh the way you do. I'm like, oh, wow. So I don't know. It's given me a lot of like I don't know, it's giving me an empathy on both sides, if that makes sense, in like a really weird way. But like if you are unhappy with your weight, I'm like, oh, it might be like education that you're missing, or it might just, it could be financial, keeping it real, because healthy food isn't cheap. But there are ways to make it work. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's so many, like I get why, and like sometimes your genetics are just not built for it. Like if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry if this is going crazy, but like Samoan people, and I have Samoan family members, but Samoan people, like the reason why they tend to be a bit bulkier is because like they were just like sailing around back in the day. So like people who could hold on to more fat, like could live on the ocean longer to go sail from island to island. So like being a bulkier dude that was better for survival. So like if you're a Samoan, you tend to be bigger just because that's what you were. You know what I mean? That's a survival of the fittest type of deal. So like your genetics can work against you. But then I also feel like if you're on the other end, where if you always have like a lanky family, where it's like hard for y'all to put on weight, there might just be like, oh, why do people struggle with weight? It's like because they also don't understand how many factors go into what makes someone big. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like I have empathy for both people being like assholes about it, but also people that are like suffering. Because I'm like, oh, like there's so many, it's like so many Rubik's Cube almost on both sides. That makes sense. But Rosa says, I lost my cravings for junk food over my issues, so I found out how difficult it actually was to not resist. Also, I don't hold that against people. While I still crave things, it's easily forgettable to me, is what I mean. Oh, yeah, I feel you on that, 100%. Because another thing too, if I think I understand what you're saying, Roses, I also don't crave junk food. I know sometimes I'll come on stream, I'm like, bro, devil's food cake, imagine. But like, I don't like turn off the stream and go like, oh, I'm still craving it. Because I think I watched a Kyrgyzstan video where like, what's crazy is, we are organisms, and what you eat, well, like, because everyone has stomach bacteria, so you got bacteria in your stomach. And apparently there is like a link between the bacteria in your brain, or the bacteria in your stomach that like keep it like doing what it needs to do. It'll like send signals to your brain to be like, yo, for us to survive in your stomach, we want the food that you just ate. You know what I mean? So if you get into the routine of eating like oatmeal every day, you'll get oatmeal bacteria that'll like eat more oatmeal, and it won't tell you to eat things like cake. So it's like, if you try to keep your diet consistent without junk food, you'll start to just crave junk food a lot less, because your brain, because the bacteria in your stomach aren't like eating off of it. You know what I mean? We get like junk food bacteria. I don't know. There's a Kyrgyzstan video about it. I'm not a nutritionist, what do I know? But I swear I watched a YouTube video by Kyrgyzstan, and they had sources in the description that I did not read, but they were there. But yeah. So Roses, that's what you gotta know about that. Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, like that's probably what it is, Roses. I don't know, that's how I imagine what it is that you probably, lost the cravings because you just stopped eating as much, so then your body doesn't crave it as much because the bacteria that would have grown by eating junk food is no longer in your stomach, telling you to eat more junk food. That makes sense. It's like a cause and effect, like a chain. So yeah. Like it's also like another thing, like sugar-free stuff too. I used to hate sugar-free stuff, and like sugar-free Red Bull used to taste like gasoline. But now I'm like, ooh, it tastes pretty good. So like you kind of like get some of the sugar-free stuff is like an acquired taste. And now I don't crave sugar anymore at all. So I'm like, Steve, it tastes just as good as sugar, which is like not true if you eat sugar. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's just so many layers of like, I don't know. I guess one of my side quests has been nutrition. So yeah. Oh, and remember that other stream too, I was saying that like African coffee beans are my favorite. They're like low-key the best because they have a smoother taste. And that was like kind of like the Newport cigarettes of coffee, which is kind of funny because, they come from Africa. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. I could say it. But I asked my buddy about it, and he was like, technically, yes and no. Like it's also like dependent on so many other factors. He's like, you can get South American beans that are like very smooth. Just kind of depends. There's like so many different factors that go, rather than just the source of the beans. I was like, oh, okay. So just updating that too, low-key. Yeah, I've been watching more of the CIA guy too. I got my brother into him as well. I'm like, hell yeah. But I can't think of like I don't want to like retell his stories, but yeah. But yeah, it's just wild how all that works. I'm like, oh wow. I don't think I could be a spy. I'd give up the secret. They'd catch me so fast. I'm not good at pretending like that. Like sometimes I'll be pretending, but I'm not spy level pretender. I would forget something real quick. Like they'd be like, you have to talk in like this kind of accent. And like 5 seconds in, I'd be like, yo, what's up, man? How's it going? Oh fuck. What do you mean you're supposed to be Jamaican? Sound very Californian to me. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? They'd catch me so fast. But yeah. Oh yeah. What's also sick about this song is it's actually like a sample from I forgot what Pokemon game. I think it's from Diamond and Pearl. It's like I think like one of the lakes, the song from the lakes is a sample for this. Which I don't know, I'm like super stoked on how I chopped it up. Oh, actually no, it's not the lake, it's Pokemon Coliseum where you have to purify the Pokemon. I don't know if you can hear it that well, but because I chopped it up crazy. But it's like the song that plays when you go to like the purification thing, Sanctuary, and Pokemon Coliseum, the first one for GameCube. That's the sample, but it's like a reinterpolation of it. So it's like I think it's like a cover, and I chopped up the cover of it. So yeah, Pokemon music is like hella good. It's a sample, not gonna lie. Ugh. But yeah, I remember I said I was maybe gonna do like a Kaiju hotline thing. But I don't know, I've been debating it. I still need to I put it down on my ideas bin. I think I'll probably wait until I was gonna do it just like off rip. But speaking of doing the survey, next year during the summer, I think I'll wait till this next year in the summer to ask people if that's something they would want before I just start like doing all the stuff for it. So we gotta lock in the Monster Tape 1. Get that going. Oh yeah. And Rosa says, is it like opportunity to get people to talk on stream? Oh, it was supposed to be more oh yeah, I didn't give any context on that, my bad. It was more supposed to be like if you want to talk to me about like, I don't know, like music business stuff, or just a few folks that make music and stuff like that. They would want to be like, yo man, like can we get on a call and like have you listen to my song or something? I'm like, yeah. But I do, to your point, Roses, I do want to make that. That's probably something I'm gonna have Kimberly do. But I mean, I was telling you earlier, yeah. So yeah, when I watch the VOD, I'll make the task for Kimberly, like, hey, you look at the best way to do that. Because I would want to, we couldn't do it through Discord again. But I don't know, I'll have to like, I need someone to just sit down and think about it. How it's gonna work. That makes sense. So I don't know if anyone wants to be on video, because if it's video, then I can do like what I did with Zaku in the past, where I like show, but I don't know if everyone like wants to do that. So it's like a little bit of that. I'm using Discord, but there has to be a better way than using Discord, low-key. So I'm kind of also thinking about that. Maybe I should just make like a Google Meet link. That'd probably be easier. And just use Google Meet. Because I'm just using like the browser version of Discord for all the guests right now. And it's like a whole complicated thing. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, maybe it would be easier just to make it like Google Meet and like shrink it down. So I feel like Google Meet would even work on somebody's phone, you know what I mean? So yeah, rather than like Discord, you need like a whole app and everything. I'm gonna leave Earth. But yeah, would you want to join sometime, Roses? I know you said you're a little more shy, but that would be cool. Cool, we finished all these. And Rosa says, I'd love to, but I have to figure out when I'm over. Have to figure out when over living with family still. Oh, okay, I feel that, yeah. Yeah, back when I lived with my family, it was also like a whole thing. Like, I don't want them to be quiet or very mindful of that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, back when I come from a big family, but also like in terms of number of people, actually, there was like a lot of people living with my family growing up. So I remember just be like times, like there was never like quiet at home, you know what I mean? Like I would leave the house to get peace and quiet. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I don't blame you, I feel it. I remember once I was trying to like download something for like, I think I was trying to download some like game, and I'm going to like a local coffee shop at my house. I just brought my little like laptop that I had in high school. It was like a cheap netbook I got. It was like hella funny. I was like, wow, I've never been more peaceful. I think it's what made me a night owl, low key. Like keeping it real. Because other night owls told me on this, but I like staying up super late because like at 3 in the morning, everyone else is asleep. So you get like just you time, like perfect time to just be by yourself because everyone else is sleeping. So I used to stay up super late because after my mom and my dad went to bed and my brother went to bed, I was like the last one to just be like, oh, now I can just like do all my computer stuff without like interruption or anything. So I was like always like hacking on something or like doing homebrew or whatever at like 3 in the morning. Making Android ROMs. And Rosa says, exactly. Who's this? Yep. Okay, I'm glad you feel me on that. Yeah. But even now that I'm like living by myself right now, it's still just like, I don't know. Like my neighbors aren't loud at all, but it's still just like nice to be like, okay, the cats are asleep. My neighbor upstairs isn't like doing whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? I could just like lock in. So yeah. In my life. Yeah, but it's been what about living here in Arizona too is just like the amount of electrolytes I've been drinking. I've had to drink so many electrolytes. I'm trying to like add it to like my daily water intake. Because like I have noticed like when I drink like a Powerade every day, I feel a lot better. Just because it's so hot out here, everything's so dry. So I'm trying to like, I need to find like a cheapo electrolyte mix. And like that's not Liquid IV, because Liquid IV is like dumb expensive. So it's meant to like cure hangovers. I'm like, I don't have a hangover. I just need some hydration, man. Like even just like, I don't know, for the past 2 nights I've been waking up just like, ugh, like just feeling like super mega thirsty, even though I drink like a whole glass of water before going to bed. So yeah, maybe not a glass of water, but like a cup of water at least. Oh no, I might have run out of. I have to order more anyways. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I mean, this is also super random, but heard through the grapevine that one of my other free CD homies, someone else, the artist who does the whole like free CD thing, they actually stopped doing free CDs because I guess they did the numbers, and they found out people who buy vinyl tend to like stick around longer. I was like, oh, so I was thinking about doing a vinyl only thing as well, but I did the math on my end, and it seemed like no matter kind of if you come in through the vinyl or the CD, like people tend to be chilling either way. So I don't know if our fans are different, but I was pretty stoked to see that. So I like doing the free CD. It just makes everything so much more accessible to people. Like I feel like vinyl, as much as I love it, like I know not everyone has like, I guess our vinyl is like, it's like $500 just to get like a decent record player. And you can get like a cheaper one, like Logan was saying earlier. But it's like, you know what I mean? At that point, it's like, yeah. So yeah. So I was glad to see that because I was like, yay. It still makes business sense to do the free CD thing. That is just, I don't know, it's just nice to know some people get to have like human music in their hands, in their human hands, you know what I mean? That's how AI is going and everything. But yeah. Have y'all heard of not sponsored, but have y'all heard of oh, who is it says vinyl CD classic is better than computer? Yeah. Or did you mean cassette? It just auto corrected? If it auto corrected, that's hilarious. But yes. Yeah, I like tapes too. I think like, I don't know, if I had like infinite monies, I think I would go vinyl first. And I used to be tapes before CDs, but I think now more CDs before tapes. So I do like the form factor of tapes, and they're really nice, but if I'm being honest with myself, I listen to CDs way more than I listen to tapes. But I have a bunch of tapes. So yeah. It also just scares me too that like tapes, like so many like tape players just let you like record over the tape. It's just like, bro, why? Why is this a feature? Like I remember someone once told me that they like pressed the wrong button as soon as they got a Mafia Zero tape and record over the first song entirely. And they were like, what do I do? And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to re-record over the tape for you. You know what I mean? So I felt super bad. Yeah, because I don't make the tapes like here myself. I get them made somewhere else. So like, yeah. And Rosa says, I treasure my 2 CDs, Mafia Zero. Hey, thank you. And my 2 CDs, Mafia Zero and Discoholic Anonymous, because of how charming it sounds to listen to the player. I see what you mean. I thought you meant you had 2 Mafia Zeros and Disco. No, it's one of each. Hell yeah. No, that's sick. I wish I had Discoholics Anonymous on CD. I have it on vinyl only, or vinyl and tape. But yeah, Discoholics Anonymous is so. But yeah, it is super nice to listen to on the player. Like honestly, Discoholics Anonymous is like my go-to album to put on when I have friends over. So I've yet to have, you know what I mean? Like every time I put it on, a friend's like, yo, what is this? And I'm like, disco, dude, it's disco. He's the GOAT. He's my GOAT. You know what I mean? I don't know. Rose, hell yeah. The GOAT, that's who it is. So yeah. But as I say, y'all heard of privacy? Super random, but y'all ever need to buy something? I just found out like some doing it for the business to help out with Kimberly and stuff. You ever need to buy something that you don't want them to have your credit card number? There's a website called Privacy that'll let you like make credit cards based off like your own bank account. So if you were like, I want to buy this one thing, but I don't want people to know I buy it, you can get like a one-time use credit card to buy something, which I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. So yeah, so I'm using that because I need to make a bunch of credit cards that are like, this credit card is only used for buying CDs, you know what I mean? So Chase wouldn't let me do that normally, so I found the privacy website and I was like, oh shit, hell yeah. That way I can like, I don't know, because I don't have to worry about like security and stuff, because like what if like Now it's no longer like, what if someone hacks into my stuff? I'm like, what if someone hacks into Kimberly's stuff? You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like trying to do little ways, like, okay, how do I keep this the most secure as possible? So even if they did hack in, they wouldn't have just like a credit card to just like, meh. You know what I mean? All they could do was buy stickers from one specific website if they were to get the credit card from her, you know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, not to tell all their business, but NetNavi trying to buy all kinds of various things. I think we talked about it. Remember how I told the story about NetNavi went to the Dodgers game to get the Luffy One Piece card, and like a bunch of people were being weird about it? Or I think no, NetNavi was here. NetNavi told it. So I think NetNavi was on the stream when they told it. Anyways, so what's it called? So an update on that. They finally are like, you know what, I'm gonna sell the card because they had their car broke down. So they're like, damn, I gotta buy a new car. The car is worth like not as much as a car, but a pretty good chunk of the car. Oh, and yeah, they were okay. I'm glad you remember. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I'm not telling their business, but yeah. Well, I guess I kind of am. So, but yeah. So they decided they need to sell it to like, no, buy a car because their car, like, yeah. Which is also crazy. They've had this car for like so long, since like, I think like 2016, 2017. And it's like an old, like this car should have not have lasted 10 years. The 10 years has lasted them. It's like amazing. And like, I swear for like years, I was like, man, you gotta get a new car, man. You gotta get a new car. And he was like, I want to get a new car, man. You really should, dude. Your car is like amazing and still alive. He's like, yeah, well. And it finally like totally broke down. He was like, fuck. I was like, dude, this has been a long time coming. But yeah, Rosa says the story was crazy. I'm glad it's still in good hands. Yeah, thankfully then I still got it. But yeah, I think they're gonna pretty much sell it pretty soon to get a car. But yeah, I think the reason why I bring it up is because I think he said like as of recently, because now it's been like a while since they did the promotion. I think he said the card's like worth like $1,200, like $1,200. It's like, what? For a piece of cardboard? So yeah. So he's gonna put that towards his car. I was like, damn. Yeah, Roses, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's some One Piece Dodgers fans out there that are like, yo, why buy a MacBook when I can get the Luffy One Piece Dodgers collab card? You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, and speaking of that too, one thing Basic Printer does, who's like another like free CD guy. Shouts out to Basic Printer. Actually, it was just their birthday recently too. I told him happy birthday. And he said, hey, thanks, man. But they made a story post the other day where I guess part of their whole free CD thing, you know how I like have all the QR codes on the inside of my CD stuff? Their thing is they put in Pokemon cards and all that thing. So it's always like, it's not like he's putting in like first edition $1,000 Charizards, but like, so they have to like keep a good stock of Pokemon cards just to be like, haha, I'm nerdy just like you. Here's a Pokemon card, you know what I mean? In fact, I have one. What am I talking about? I don't have to talk about it. I have, oh, not right there. Shouldn't it be? Oh yeah. Literally this Sandile Pokemon card I have, I got from Basic Printer. I got it from ordering something from them. He puts in like little like common cards. Like this is probably worth like 10 cents, you know what I mean? But he was like, I'm at such a crossroads right now. Well, not him personally, but he was like, I've been doing the whole Pokemon card thing since like 2019. Oh, Roses, that's cool. Yeah, I know, right? Roses, it's so cool he does that. And Korean Duder, Torch showing his sealed Pokemon collection. No, that's the only Pokemon card that I own. Dude, if I had a sealed Pokemon collection, it would have been sold for more CDs, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have put it towards giving out free CDs. But yeah, they're at a weird crossroads right now because they've been doing it for so long, and because Pokemon's blown up so much value, he's like had trouble getting Pokemon cards to give out. You know what I mean? So and even like the bulk commons, they're still starting to like go up. He's like, bro, what? So he's at a weird spot because like I guess he goes to his like Pokemon vending machine thing, And people are like, "Are you trying to resell? You're a grown man." He's like, "No, I'm an artist. I'm just trying to put these Pokemon cards inside the fucking CDs." You know what I mean? Like he's in such a like weird spot. So people are like, "What are you doing?" Anyways, but he's like, now he's at a really weird spot because he's like, it got to the point where because they're so sold out, even having a sealed box of Pokemon cards costs more than what it costs to just buy it, like at MSRP. So if you go to the Pokemon vending machines and you can buy a pack, like it instantly went up in value. Like by, I think he said like by around double. So it's like, shit, dude, like, you know what I mean? He's like, I have to keep putting these in the thing, but technically this is costs more than what I just bought. You know what I mean? I don't know. Or I can make more money by just reselling it. So yeah. And Rosa says, older peeps collect cards. Generally, it sucks. It got reduced like this. Yeah. You make a great point. And the thing that they were also saying in their Instagram story reel, honestly, basic printers are really good to follow on Instagram. They low-key be saying, if you care about like artist stuff, basic printer be putting out the good takes. They be spitting. But they're a good follow. Anyways, to your point, Roses, yeah, I was like reading through some of the comments too, people being like, what sucks is that like, you know, we're talking Crane Dude was talking about their Pokemon collection earlier. It's like if you're a kid and like, or even if like you're a young adult, like 16, 17, and you're like, I want to get into playing Pokemon cards again, like when I was a kid or whatever, and you learn all like the resale value and stuff, it's like hard to enjoy it now for like what it is. Because like, just logically, like, you're like, what I'm doing is like dumb, because it would make more sense to resell this than to enjoy the game at this point. I guess not everyone's brain works like that, but like, it's really hard to enjoy the game when you got someone like in your ear, like, you should resell those cards 24/7 on Instagram and every, you know what I mean? It makes it a lot less, it makes it way harder to have fun. So if you're like an innocent kid that just wants to, if you're like an innocent kid that just wants to enjoy Pokemon for what it is, it's like, good luck, dude. So yeah. Rosa says older people, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Rosa says, I was shocked it got that bad for the anniversary Target. Had decorations that got stolen too. That's crazy. They sell the decorations, Rosa. God damn. God damn. They can't even have the decorations. And Korean dude, I want to collect cards. Yeah, fucking right. Well, scalpers are everywhere in every card game, bruh. Except Magic, I think, because they reprint like crazy. Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. Well, actually, Korean dude, OG Magic for like Commander, no, that's also crazy. Like a Black Lotus, I think, is like 20K or something like that. Because there's certain sets from like way back in the day, they like promised they would never reprint. And like there's like a whole committee of fans or something that's like, if you reprint this, we're gonna break your fingers, Wizards of the Coast. So like certain Magic cards do also go crazy. I think Magic was the first one to get like really crazy resale prices, and then it followed everything else. But to your point, Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched an Instagram reel about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the only one that doesn't get super resold, because to your point, they do reprint like crazy. Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't care. Konami is just like, whatever, bro. We reprinting. So yeah. But Rosa says, all that mess is also why I never cared about collecting cards, because this always happens. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as a kid, I like collecting cards and stuff. But at a certain point, I was like, my family's broke. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I should probably ask my mom for things that are more productive, because my mom only got $5. You know what I mean? And by, I guess, well, not productive, I meant more like, I don't know, maybe I learned ROI from a young age, because I was like, Pokemon cards are like a video game I know it's going to last me at least 300 hours of entertainment. You know what I mean? I was always like, well, not 300, but like 100 hours of entertainment. I'm like, eh. So video games were the best ROI in terms of like what I asked my mom for money, you know what I mean? So yeah. But that creator was like, real people were still in the Pokeball Target. Yeah, like Rose was saying, that's crazy. That's still better than a chase every set. Yeah, true. Rose says Kirby was spared when they did the Target Ball decorations. I wonder if that's why we don't see fun decorations anymore. Oh, it probably is, Roses. You make a great point, because those Target Balls are expensive. I think I watched a video once that was like, we're gonna make our own Target Balls. It was like a random Instagram reel. I think Target Balls are like 50K each, but like just this circle of concrete. You know what I mean? So that's probably why like people were still in them. That's like, damn. That's like a lot of money that individual Target store just lost. So yeah. And Skyer says fans, no, it's people who don't want their cards to lose value. Not true. Skyer, you're spitting. When it comes to the Magic the Gathering thing, yeah, it was one of those things where it's like half I don't want to lose value, but of course they always do like kind of like an HOA where it's like, no, like we have all these crazy rules because it makes the community better. And it's like, what do you mean by better? You know what I mean? What do you mean by better? So yeah. But Korean Judah says Pokemon were trying with bot watching and also having the sets. Let's have things Pokemon Charizard and Gengar. Yeah, I don't have bot. Yeah, it's not really help. But you know, at least they're trying. And Korean Duder says, "True, the real value cards I can feel like 2008 prior, unless it's full art VS." Yeah. Korean Duder spitting. Who is it? The whole thing I'm getting from the combos. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, you know, so is life. What's also too is I don't know, it's kind of wild to see people like starting new reselling shops today. I'm like, did you kind of late on the trend? Because like more and more people are like, I'm gonna get into Pokemon reselling. I'm like, really? Like, at this point, I'm like, is it even a smart decision anymore? Like, there's so many other people you're competing with now. I don't know. What do I know? I make internet jazz. Skyer says, also Yu-Gi-Oh! doesn't maintain value to the point where some card shops are no longer carrying due to sets dropping below even MSRP value within a couple weeks sometimes. Oh, that's crazy, Skyer. That's wild. Card shops aren't even carrying Yu-Gi-Oh! No more? Damn, dude. Yeah. That's such a weird position to be in. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Was working on some like VR app, weren't they? I remember at like Tokyo Game Show or something, they showed off some like the only correct way to ever, like it would make me buy a VR headset where they had like VR Yu-Gi-Oh! Where just like the anime, like you put down the card and like I was like, yo. I was like, don't make me buy an HTC Vive just to play, just to make me play Yu-Gi-Oh! But I might have to. But yeah. Ugh. But yeah. Okay, what else are we doing here? Drinking coffee. Got about like 40 minutes left before I should probably go to the gym. Debating if I should go right now or if we should keep talking about Pokemon cards. But what else is there to say about them? But Skyer says basically all that means for Yu-Gi-Oh! Card value is the most part is meta relevance unless it's like particularly rare single or something. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, it'll probably end up becoming more of like a just like meta thing. I don't know, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like my favorite growing up, low key. I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. That's actually the one card tournament I used to go to as a kid is Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember I got absolutely my ass handed to me because I didn't know what was going on. I like deadass remember like some grown man being like, I win because blank, 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 and I was like, what? You know what I mean? I remember like being that kid at some card game tournament. It was pretty funny. But yeah, about this, I'll organize these labels, and I think I should probably head to the gym after that. But yeah. Oh, card games. What do y'all think of virtual card games? Have you all gotten into any of those, like Hearthstone or anything like that? I kind of like them, but at the same time, I kind of don't. I mean, I don't know. now that I'm like so physical media brained, the more I'm like, yeah, but if you buy the cards and you actually own them, whereas like Blizzard any day could be like, your Hearthstone collection? Yeah, it was just a bunch of PNGs anyways. You don't own these PNGs, you know what I mean? So with it, I barely do card games. I feel you on that. Yeah, I don't do them that often either. But I don't know, there was a hot second where like, so like super random lore, who was it? My brother got like super sick at some point, and so I would like check on him every day. I moved him out to like live next to me, like about 10 minutes away, and I used to go to like little studio apartment I got him every day. And because like, we're brothers and stuff, but we weren't like never like, oh, we hang out all the time. But I was like trying to like help him out with stuff. So I was just like, what's one thing that we both like? And he was like, I like Hearthstone. And I was like, we're playing Hearthstone every day. We hang out. We would like watch, he was a big Kai Cenat fan, so we'd watch Kai Cenat on Twitch and play Hearthstone. That was like the two things we did, because it was like the little, like he was one of the Kai Cenat, he got me to Kai Cenat, but that was like the one sliver of things where we could like really relate. Then we gave, of course we got really close after that. But anyways, because of that, I got the card game I probably got the most into was Hearthstone. But yeah. But otherwise I barely do them as well. Who's it? Like, I have like a Magic proxy deck and stuff that I sometimes will go to a friend's house to play, but like it's more because it's like, it's just the thing that everybody's doing at the party more than I'm like, oh my god. So yeah. But Rosa says, if you only care about the gameplay more, it's a good solution over the nonsense. Exactly, yeah. Exactly, Rosa. It's like, then you have to deal with like, oh my god, they're scalping Hearthstone cards. You know what I mean? You have a good point. Skyr says, only virtual card games I really play are like roguelites and fan-made Sims for Yu-Gi-Oh! Since some of them have like anime manga exclusive cards. Oh, that's pretty sick. Hell yeah. Yeah, roguelites like Slay the Spire, right? But yeah. All right. Oh. But yeah, card games are cool. It's like one of those things I wish I could get more into, low key. Which I know is like, huh? Most people are like, please, no more card games. But yeah. What's the song? Chasing? Oh yeah, this is the song. The song. But sick. All right, cool. I got everything all organized. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, I think we'll call it here, just because I have to go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I gotta feed my cats. I got all kinds of things I gotta do. But yeah, I'm gonna take a picture with Jermaine too. Yeah. Oh, and I'm going to like multiple shows this weekend. So on Sunday when we come back, I'll have lots of show news to share. Like it's my buddy's birthday, but he's doing it like a vinyl record store shop. So that should be really cool. Oh yeah, I want to get my face. But yeah, so that should be super dope. And then I feel really bad, but I have a friend that's like moving away, and we've been trying to hang out for a minute. But like I was like trying to get Kimberly onboarded, and like I was doing the tubing, and it didn't work out. But they're having like I think their final going away party, so I'm going to that on Sunday too. Well, yeah, I know we stream on Sunday. I think I'm gonna go there early, hang out for a couple hours, and be like, yo, man, I gotta stream. Sorry, and I'll tell you all about it. But yeah, so I'm most excited for the thing on Friday. I think that's gonna be super sick. And I have the dentist on Wednesday. If they tell me I have cavities, I'm like, you're a liar, because I eat barely any sugar. So yeah. And who is it says, you're gonna be busy on Sunday, it's okay if you say this the entire time? Oh, thank you, yeah. But I think I mean, keeping it real, it starts at noon, so I'm gonna wake up early. Like I wouldn't, even if it was, if I'm keeping, I mean, not to be rude, but even if I was not streaming, I'd probably still be like, I've been here for like 4 hours. You know what I mean? I've been here for like 4 hours. I mean, you know what I mean? So yeah, because especially because I'm like, I don't know, I got leftovers at home and stuff, so. And I think they're not leaving for like another like week or so. So I mean, if it really came down to it, I'd be like, yo man, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I appreciate y'all being like, yo, enjoy yourself. I appreciate that. Heck yeah. But cool. So I'll catch you around Roses. Catch you around Who Is It? Catch you around Skyer. Catch you around Korean Duder if you still got me on a second screen while you're like shiny hunting. And yeah, thanks everybody that's been here. So thanks for hanging out with me. See you Sunday. And yeah, good night everybody. Take care. Take it easy. Peace. They start my Pokemon cards with me.